What's going on, guys? Adam here, back at the EZFX office, bringing you another video today on quite an important trading topic. So it's this whole idea of, okay, technical analysis versus fundamental analysis. Which one is better? Which one do I use? But first of all, what is analysis? Let's break this down. So analysis is the methodology or the tools that we use to break down a chart or a particular currency to actually determine what's more likely to happen currently. Is it more likely to go up? Is it more likely to go down? Will it consolidate? So we have different tools and various methods that allow us to push the odds further in our favor before we make our trade. There are actually three types of analysis. The other one is sentiment analysis. I'm not going to go into that today because it kind of ties in with fundamental anyway. But so let's start with technical analysis. By far the most common that traders are going to throw out there in their videos. It's the idea of analyzing a chart. You might have someone plotting a technical strategy against an uptrend. What they'll do is they'll draw trend lines going up to show the channel. So what you're doing here is you're looking at the technical side of the chart to see what the data in front of you is actually saying. So common methods, like I said, are trend lines, support and resistance lines, another big thing that will give you a good indication of what is more likely to happen. So technical analysis is great. Technical analysis, it uses past data to back up the future case of what is likely to happen. And there's many tools and factors that we use. My other videos go into depth on trend lines and things like that as well, and candlesticks. Whereas fundamental is purely what is going on in the bigger picture in the rest of the world, whether it be a company, a stock, or a currency pair in Forex. What factors in the real world are going to affect the trade? So things like impact news, NFP, non-farm payroll, natural disasters. All of these things are high impact news and part of fundamental analysis. And the things that a lot of traders get wrong is they try to make one seem better than the other, or they favor one or the other. The reality is a good trader is always going to use these in combination with each other. So if we go back to the technical chart that I've drawn on the left, let's say I plot my resistance line here, my support line across here, so S and R. So straight away, looking at this, my chart has gone through the resistance line. So from a technical point of view, a trader might look at this as a breakout, saying that it's more buyers are in control. There's very weak price rejection at the resistance line. The price is going to keep going up. Let's say this is GBP USD. Okay, so quite simply from this trade, we are assuming that the Great British Pound is going to be more valuable than the US dollar, indicating that it's going to go up, and the USD is either going to continue or it's going to go down. That's what is going to give us that profit in that swap trade. So the technical is showing things are going to go in the right direction. What about the fundamental? What is happening in Britain? Coronavirus, Brexit talks, everything like that. What happens if a Brexit talk fails with the EU around the GBP? The GBP is going to go down straight away. That's high impact news. It's going to affect it. So if we put that down, Brexit talk, it actually happened recently, and the pound started going in the bearish pattern. So which one is more impactful? Is your trend line, is your support line really pushing that data as hard as news that affects the entire country? Obviously not. This is going to have a much larger effect. So what do? We pair the two together. Okay, they are linked. No matter what anyone tells you, one does affect the other. They go hand in hand. So what do we do in this instant? Well, we research the news before we place the trade. We do our analysis, and then we research what is going on with the GBP USD currency, what is going on in the rest of the world. and we don't place the trade until we're aware of what that impact news is. You've got things like Bloomberg, FXTrading.com, even TradingView. They provide you with this information. You as a trader, for you to not check that news, it goes on the side of laziness, and it's the one thing that could potentially turn your trade from a good one into a bad one. So in this particular instance, I would be looking at a reversal point on this resistance line in combination with this news, because this news tells me that that pound's going down. So straight away, no matter what my chart says, because this affects the entire country, it's going to have a bigger impact. And it's like what I was saying in the other video, on the time frame video, with which time frame has a bigger impact. What amount of data does it represent? You could be on the daily chart here. This represents so much data, it's going to have a higher impact. So if you're looking for buy opportunities in this particular trend or this particular market, and this news comes in, stop yourself for a second, reevaluate what's actually happening in the world, and combine the two together. If they don't match up and you're unsure, then it's no longer a trading opportunity. And this is what you've got to do, guys. So instead of plotting these two against each other, start using them together. Start using them to help one another. And when both of them give you a green light, when your technical matches your fundamental, then to me that's a good trading opportunity.